Oh, it looks like they trying to fix it. Nope, they didn't fix it.
Fix what?
The countdown. It looked like it was counting normally. It didn't do that. But it looks like we are live. I'm waiting for Facebook for a second. Alright. We should be live everywhere now. 3, 2, 1, fake clap. Welcome to another edition of AfrOtaku Chapter Reviews. I'm Mr. Good Guy, aka MGG, and I'm joined here by my co-host who will introduce himself starting right now.
Hey, I'm Player 5.
What's going on? It's Jugger.
Alright, let's jump right into My Hero Academia Chapter 326. Who are you really? I have a question for Player 5, which I'll put out there later. But in general, from the gist of the chapter, I mean, Stain played his role, I guess. I feel he was going to play some role, not the role I initially thought, but in a similar vein. Just instead of Deku, it was with All Might, reminding him what it was like to be a hero. And obviously, that Stain was his biggest fan. I think the question I had was at the end for Player 5, which is how did you feel about Stain's comment about like, oh hey, after you do this shit, come find me. Like he was still like he was still trying to say like, yo, bro, like I'm still a real ass villain. You feel me? Like, how did you feel about that comment,
bro? I'm gonna say this, and then that was something I was gonna comment on. Like,
Okay.
I feel like Stain, he just doubled down as a bitch ass nigga. Like, and I get that some people go watch this and be like, "Yo, Stacy, come find me, All Might." But like, that's because you view him as a hard nigga. Like, you gotta understand, I view Stain as the softest nigga ever. Like when he was like, "Yeah, I'm the nigga that murdered 40 heroes, bro," but we know none of them was stronger than Ingenium. Like, you basically just killed 40 niggas. Like that's it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
40 lock drops. And then he was like, "Yeah, bro, like after you figure out this cryptic message, come find me." Like, bro, you're not a hero All Might should bother with, or a villain All Might should be bothered with. Why do you feel so hard, bro? Like, why do you feel that we should actually care about what you talking about? Stain, bro, he doubled down as a soft ass nigga. And then after watching this, I was like, oh, he went from like Stain a lame to now he's like just All Might's #1 dick rider. Like, bro, he's just a fanboy that went crazy.
Right.
This was Deku's future, bro. If he didn't get the power.
Right. I still feel like All Might did some light disrespect to put him in this place because I think it's on page 4 to 5, I guess, from the Viz. But he was like, "You never crossed my path back when I was still on the job. Our face-to-face meeting got delayed, but I never managed we'd meet like this." I felt like that first "you never crossed my path when I was still on the job" was like low-key. I know it wasn't All Might's intention, but I took it as him saying like, "Nigga, you was not important enough to see me," right? Like, I never made an appointment to see, because honestly, he could have. If you really think about it, at that time where like the whole Stain arc popped off, All Might is like one of the fastest heroes. Like all they had to go was like, this nigga's in this general vicinity. All Might could run up and down those blocks and find Stain in a matter of seconds, and then drop this nigga. He chose not to. So it says a lot.
That's how low on the scale you were. All Might was like, "Oh, I heard about this dude."
Right.
That's it.
One of my interns was telling me about this guy.
Yeah. But, Mr. All Might, there's this hero killer Stain guy in here. That's what he got. You know what I'm saying? That's the truth of it all. And it's just like, bro. And I'd be running into so many people that's like, "Hero killer Stain, he's so cool." I don't see it, bro. I don't see it.
No,
So are you angry at the role? Well, I wouldn't say angry, but like, are you apathetic to the role he played in this chapter, or do you feel like it was important?
I am upset.
Okay.
Personally, I feel like he played the role of All Might's conscience. And to me, I have more respect for All Might. I felt like everything that he said is something that I feel like All Might should have internalized. And yes, I hold him to that higher standard because if you look at what All Might has done, the reason I put All Might above all them other heroes, Captain America, like all of them, is because of his efficiency. He really shut down a whole country. Like, you not committing crimes out here in Japan. To be able to do that, your mindset has to be like, you got to be the toughest nigga on the planet. And this to me is like, bro, All Might, the realization he made you come to wasn't something like, whoa. It was really like, you should have came to that yourself, bro. Like, I get it. You didn't leave behind the legacy that you were like, but come on, bro. You still was out here inspiring people.
Yeah, to me, I felt like I finally could put words to it because when I was reading it, I was like, this reminds me of something, but I couldn't tell exactly what. Now I remember. All Might is Simba, and like Stain is Rafiki. Like, you remember how Rafiki would like talk to Simba, but it would be like so fucking crazy. So Simba would be like, what the fuck is this nigga talking about? But then later he'd get it, and then Rafiki would just be like laughing in the background. I felt like a lot of shit that Stain did in this chapter reminded me a lot of Rafiki from Lion King, bro. Like, he was just a crazy nigga.
He popped up just like Rafiki would.
Yep.
It's like, yo, I'm in a loose place. Hey,
Right.
crazy facts. Click on that, young blood.
Right? Exactly. See, and I felt like that would have been great execution if he didn't try to like sell the whole "come find me" at the end. If he just dipped after that, I would be like, oh, that was a great play for you, Stain. You came out, you can say you helped this nigga, but like by adding that little sign, you turn like your Rafiki-ness into lockdropness of like, damn, you dropped knowledge, but then you kind of like, you ended it on some goofy shit. So I'm a little bit, yeah, you put a bad taste in my mouth.
Bro,
always not looking for you.
This was the equivalent of like Michael Jordan being like, bro, I'm down in the dumps. I really ain't won a basketball game in years. You feel me? And then something loose on the court, crackhead like, hey, bro, don't forget you still got a jump shot. And after you get it back, come find me. Like, who are you, bro?
Bro, I know, play me in a game.
Who are you? Like, how dare you demand All Might himself to come find you?
And why it bothers me more is like at the end of it, I just know in my spirit that Stain is waiting somewhere for All Might. That's the problem, and that nigga is never coming there. Like, they're staying somewhere, and they're like, yeah, he, all right, cool. I see it, right, watching him on TV finally relive his glory and shit, and be like, okay, cool, he's coming. No, several winters that nigga Stain is gonna be waiting, and All Might will accidentally walk into the spot and be like, who? Oh, no, I don't remember you.
If like, let's put it this way, Hero Killer Stain pull up on All Might without his mask, he gonna be like, who are you? Like, where did I was supposed to meet you somewhere? Like,
right?
I feel like, honestly, I got respect for Horikoshi because this chapter finally doubled down on my thoughts of Stain as a bitch ass nigga. And I'm happy everybody can see it now. You can't deny it now. There's nothing you can say. He's just a dick rider with a sword. That's it.
Wow.
Sad.
Cloud
Just,
come find me. What?
Yeah.
Jugger thoughts?
I mean, y'all said it best. Like, man, I don't even know how to describe this right. It's like, it was a prime chapter where a character gets not even a lot of build up, but at least enough build up where you're at least excited to see what they might do next, and then be just a complete letdown. Long story short, right? Because like we saw Stain, we saw like the few panels that like, oh man, Stain's back in the picture. What's about to happen now? It's an All Might pep talk. Because like the whole All Might pep talk just topic in general, in my opinion, was a little unnecessary for the simple fact of the previous chapter. Because all they really need to do here with this whole chapter is just let it be like the last couple panels of the last chapter, and All Might just walking around feeling down in the dumps, and then see Homegirl still shining up the sign, and then in the background you still have OCTILARY's speech and like everyone getting inspired. That's literally all that needed to happen. Yet now they brought in Stain for literally no reason, only to say that, bro, you thought he was trash, you right. And that was it. It was like, bro, what?
My man, you
It
hit
could
it
have in
nail on
such
the head.
a sense. Like he could have just popped up maybe in a fight that do like a little blah 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 blah, bro. You not a real hero. You not a real villain. I don't know, like just actually mix up the actual topics of the show itself. But now it's just like, bro, you talking to All Might about something super obvious that we've seen in the previous chapter, added along the fact that it's like, why are you even giving All Might a pep talk in the first place? Like, why does All Might really need a pep talk? If we're talking about the true grand scheme of the show series itself, it's like, bro, that really did nothing. The only significant part was that little piece of scrap paper that he gave All
You
Might.
get to read it.
Exactly.
Why did you say that for another chapter?
Exactly. So it was like, I don't know. I just saw this as a complete waste of a chapter. Now a complete waste of a character.
And let me tell you about some extra ass shit that this nigga Stain did that low key pissed me off. When he threw the knife in the piece of paper, my nigga, you was just like holding All Might's face. Well, just give him the paper, bro. Like that was so extra. Like nigga, we get it. You use knives. All right, Stain.
Yeah. No, I mean, I think Jugga brings up a great point, which is that he definitely could have had the same effect with less words. And then to me, also from the shonen perspective, I honestly felt like this was missing like a level of action that I think would have really sold the All Might part. So like when I was going through this chapter in the beginning, the first thing that I'm surprised didn't ring to me as much earlier was like All Might was in UA as a hero with no powers.
True.
So at the end of the day, this nigga has skills outside of what he was doing as All Might. And to be totally honest, if they really wanted to go there, and I don't think I would push too hard on this, they could have said he was still practicing that like no power skill set even while he was All Might in the event that something like this happened. They could have said that, and I would have let them run with that. But my disappointment here was like this was like a really effective chance to showcase like All Might without powers fighting Stain and like going toe to toe with this nigga. Even though we know Prime All Might would easily squash him, this All Might it could have like showcased a little bit more of a challenge and still allowed All Might to win at the end. Or they could have gone the Stain being a true anti-hero in this time frame, where like I get that he showcased that lady was going on, but I think they could have used that opportunity to sell way more stuff that Stain might have been doing. Like if he's really, because now this is the prime opportunity. The heroes have been shifted out, right? So at this point, I look at Stain as an anti-hero, not a villain anymore. I expect him to be going around saving niggas at this point in time, just in very Stain ways, right? Like he might be murdering the niggas he's fighting. He might be doing some other bullshit. So I felt like they could have also used this as an opportunity to just showcase that like Stain is going around being a fucking hero. But instead it's just like, hey, let's have this conversation and then fuck it. Stain is going to disappear for another 40 chapters. And I still am waiting on like this version of All Might, sick All Might to throw some hands. Because he can. Like,
So Ryan, you actually bring up a pretty decent point that I haven't thought about. That could have been a very good use that would have just like taken on the BS of what I see in this chapter and actually amplify its intensity and impact if a fight did happen. Like if All Might actually went up against Stain, Stain pretty much say the exact same BS, be like, bro, you not a hero on no more, so you gotta go. You used to be All Might, but now you're just pretty much disgracing his name by being All Might and trash, so I'm about to body you. They go into a fight, maybe like one other hero jumps in and just be like, oh snap. All right, you really is All Might, bet. Here's a little scrap of paper with some info I got. Send me back to jail. I'm glad I did my job. Low key, that would have at least been a lot better than just getting a straight pep talk. Yeah. I would have been like, huh, oh, okay.
They really went the laziest. Well, I don't want to say laziest because I'm not an artist and I don't be drawing this shit. But like, in my opinion, the laziest storytelling route of like, let's just tell you what happens instead of showing you what's happening. You get what I'm saying? Like, in any form of art, showing is going to be better than telling. And this is a situation where all you did was have a nigga tell us, and it came off as like lame as fuck.
Right.
Like, even if they didn't fight, like you said, we could have went either route y'all went, and it's better. Either MGG route where he, or actually, I think that was Jugga as well, where he does this internal monologue on it, and then, or the other route where like maybe they do a little fight and explain it. But like, nigga Stain? Fuck out of here. You just have to draw that nigga again. That's all.
That's how I feel. I feel like it's kind of a weird if this is like maybe the second to last or like nearing the end of the times we're gonna see, like this is how they're wrapping up the return of Stain. You know what I mean? Like when he went to jail, everyone anticipated Stain coming back in some way, shape, or form. If this is what that is supposed to be, I'm a little disappointed, and I feel like it was kind of a waste personally. Like
I knew this how this nigga was gonna come back. Trust me. I'm not. This is exactly how he should have came back.
Yo, and F around, I'm checking out a comment here on Facebook. Homie Antonio said, "Hey yo, Stain's low key selfish." That's actually a good point. Maybe homie just came on the scene just to be like, "Oh snap! I finally get to meet All Might." To be like, "Oh, he kind of down." You know, let me give him a pep talk. Let me actually not go for the bodies that I usually would be going for. F around.
That nigga's a fanboy. Like honestly, Stain would have turned from shitty character to favorite character if they just allowed him to embrace his fanboyness. Like if he came off like Bartolomeo in One Piece, where it's like, oh, I act like a badass, but I'm really a super Luffy fanboy. I feel like at this moment when he did that oh, come find me 40 hero murders. If he just fanboyed out right afterwards, I feel like it would have made Stain that they built up suck. But I would have appreciated the scene more because I'd have like, at least he's owning that he's just a fucking All Might fanboy. Because that's really what this chapter was.
That's a fact.
Like, why were you protecting the Stain? Like, there's other niggas doing real shit. Stain has been watching this shadow for how long? This statue for how long? Just seeing this bitch take the sign off? Like,
that's a good point.
Come on, bro. That's pretty.
Bro, this has really been pissing me off about the society, not the hero society. My nigga All Might retired in front of national television. You saw this nigga knock out the hardest nigga in the streets on national television. There's no better way to retire. That's like winning in Game 7 with a buzzer beater, bro. Like, all right, that was my last game. Like, dropping 50. Why are y'all defacing his statue, bro? I know it's an Endeavor statue out there. Endeavor got a statue out there.
I'm telling you.
Don't knock his shit down. Burn his building. All my shit should be untouched, bro. Only villains should be touching that. Because, like, that whole I am not here thing, like, bro, he really went to his last bit of energy protecting you niggas.
Right. True. It just goes to show these niggas will never be satisfied.
I swear, you can't make them happy, bro. Nothing you can do.
That's it.
Well, you could die for these niggas' sins, they still ain't gonna care.
Right. That's basically what he did. Oh man! All right, preaching on a Sunday. I feel you. But
yeah, let the word of All Might be heard. You can.
Word of All Might.
Anything else on the chapter?
Hey, All Might reckless for doing that little buff mode, bro. He know that about killed him.
Right? I was shocked to see him pull it out. I said, "Oh, you can still pull it out, bro."
Right?
Yeah, you heard them say that's his quirk now. That's why I think, bro. Before All Might die, which I think he definitely gonna die in this series. Before he die, we gonna get one more Detroit Smash.
Oh,
we gonna get one more out of him.
I don't. You think?
You think it's gonna be
a movie? But I don't know. Serious? I'd be very surprised if they did so.
I think that if All Might absolutely had to, he could muster out at least a fingertip. One Detroit post, and he would glue that nigga. He'd spill him all over the road.
Wow.
Staying out of there. Detroit Pope.
Detroit Pope. I'm done. Okay.
Yeah, other than that, yo, what's old girl quirk? Is she like making snow or is that like weird lumps?
Wait, what?
You talking about the chick that pulled the sign off?
Yeah.
Oh, when she actually. Oh, I think I know what you're talking about.
Like out of her feet, like some lumps.
Was it actually? Hold on.
I don't know. If
that's wasn't just. It just looks like rubble, isn't it?
No,
I didn't.
I don't think that's coming from her body. You think she put that out there? She ain't that strong.
Huh. I mean, they are pretty. Yeah, they do look round and soft, at least in the picture. Maybe.
You talking about the things they be hiding behind?
No.
That she's standing on. Oh, I thought that was snow.
But it's raining.
Yeah, I feel you.
So maybe she got snowfoot powers. That's why your ass is a civilian. I make snow out of my shoes.
Right.
That's why you a civilian.
Yeah.
Damn. Huh. That's a little random. Random little tidbit.
I just saw that one to bring it up. Other than that, I ain't got shit else to say about it.
Yeah. All I'll say here is I hope we're going to the action now. I get what he was trying to do with the side by side of like Deku's. I don't even know what you call it. The people that you saved. Is there a word for that? Helpies.
I guess.
The niggas he helped coming to like embrace him and lift him up to the next level. I felt like that's what they were trying to juxtapose here with that chick in the sign, but like. Yeah, like we all said before, it's kind of whatever. I'm just happy they did it back to back because I hope that means now we're done with the feels. Like we've had probably 2 straight months of feels at this point. Bakugo's transformation, trying to free Deku, trying to get Deku to stay here. All Might doing this shit. I hope we're finally going to start establishing the plan to do some shit. Get back to the action because I think I'm feeled out at this point.
Look, that's what I'm gonna say. At this point, my argument is like, I get why some people like kind of where My Hero is going because it's not like being as stereotypically shonen-y.
Yeah.
But the issue is this is a shonen battle manga, and if you're gonna be being produced every week like a shonen battle manga, I can't go 2 straight months with niggas just talking it out.
That's
right.
If you want to do that, do the Attack on Titan route and start dropping your shit once a month with like 30 pages, bro.
Exactly.
All right,
That's
if
a
you ain't
good
gonna
point.
do that, put some hands in there.
And to me, the exposition here isn't even worth it to me. But apparently I don't read it deep enough because the My Hero fans be coming at me in the various socials about how much I missed on callbacks and all this other
them
stuff.
niggas just thirsty, bro. It ain't that deep, bro. I'm gonna say that right now because like I feel like we enjoy doing that type of thing, kind of trying to look for these callbacks.
Yeah.
And if we are at least kind of like amateurly grazing through this, right, we should be able to find some stuff. Now, if you got a deep dive to find it, my boy, that's not a good callback. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's like a deep Easter egg. But if every part of your manga is like that, you're bad. You're not good. You know what I'm saying? That's just bad storytelling. And look, My Hero been falling off. The numbers have shown it. It is what it is, bro. It's not as lit as it used to be. I used to think My Hero was gonna get goated. Right now, I wonder if it'll be remembered in 10 years.
I think it's gonna get that.
That's
because I feel like fanboy to go, bro. I think it's still gonna get goated.
Bro.
Because I say that going off the feels I had for like Naruto and Bleach towards their ends and how much those disappointed me, they're still going to be goated for years.
Think so?
Like,
yeah.
Bro, I'm telling you, the youngsters, it's not how we had it. The only reason Naruto and Bleach goated is because we ain't had no options. That was we got McDonald's at home. You feel me?
Yeah.
Niggas ain't had no options but to watch that. These kids nowadays can flip on Crunchyroll, YouTube, they really watching all that.
But they're still sticking to the same joints, bro.
Exactly.
And I feel like
do you think My Hero one of them?
No, yeah, I feel like if we look at it from like a time period stuff, if you don't mention My Hero, you got a big black hole time period between like the end of Naruto and the start of Demon Slayer.
Yep.
Because Demon Slayer is going to be one for sure. Niggas was going to talk about that like while I'm 60 on my grave. Niggas still going to be like hyping Demon Slayer.
It's over with. Off the cloud alone, Demon Slayer in there.
Right. Attack on Titan is another one.
I think they are going to revisionist history this one. It's going to be like it went straight out of the Naruto era into the Demon Slayer. I think niggas going to totally forget about it.
Okay.
Don't forget My Hero. That's how it's going to be.
Nah, bro. I'm sorry. I can't see it.
That's My Hero. Niggas is not going to be a My Hero era.
I think the fan base is too strong.
There's no way.
I think
there's no way.
Bro, I didn't get that many comments on it, but the last chapter review I put on Instagram of this, the only 3 comments or 4 comments we got on it was niggas saying, I can't believe you guys hate this series. I can't believe that. I'm telling you, bro.
Are these niggas caught up or are they just watching?
This was of the chapter with Deku, embracing everybody. I gave like a decent minus or some shit like that. They were like, you guys hate this, or decent trash plus. And they were like, you guys hate this series, blah, blah, blah. Like, it's not, like, you're missing out on all. I'm just like, bro, I don't think this.
I watch this bitch every week. What I'm missing out on?
I'm telling you. This is where I'll put it. My Hero for me, as far as the feels go, the pinnacle of feels to me in that show was Lemillion. That arc of Lemillion getting his, like, showing off who he was and then eventually losing his powers. I have not seen writing that great in My Hero since that arc. If I see some feels that are that good, trust me, I'm going to put some respect on it. But everything I've seen since then has been okay, and the closest to that has been Bakugo's, like, you know, turnaround shit. That was the closest to that I've seen.
Bro, I am not going to want to hear niggas, because with that being said, I can already tell motherfuckers going to be like, but Stan came, and he helped All Might get through it. Like, I can't see how anybody sees this and not think it's lame.
Hey, bro, that's how I felt about Promise Neverland. It took niggas a minute. They was defending it with their life.
That's because they didn't read season 2 or watch season 2. Now motherfuckers watching season 2 and they accept it. No.
I found out it went from like everyone talking about Promise Neverland to like a lull. I like rarely hear it brought up. I was like, oh, season 2, fuck them niggas heads.
And then somebody, I remember somebody was like, yeah, well, I'm just gonna read the manga. I was like, spoiler alert, it's not gonna be season 2 got changed because the manga was that bad.
Right? And they changed it wrong, man. They still fucked it up.
Right?
Yeah.
Anyways.
But yeah. I don't know. I think either My Hero needs to do a genre shift or they gotta figure it out. I've never been a fan of how he draws his action. That's just me. I always got to like reread or rewatch the anime just to see what was going on. So personally, I think he'd probably just do better switching the genre. I mean, you know, money and all that. So
that's fair. I mean, it would definitely be it's like being at the top of the gospel charts if he like flipped it. like Donda technically is like a gospel album in a way. Right. So it's like may not be the best hip hop album ever, but definitely top of the gospel charts. Like
when, Old Town Road blew the country charts out the way.
Right, like competing in the right markets. Yeah. Bring a whole new set of fans to the Sojo world. But anyways, we ready to jump to Black Clover?
Oh no way.
All right. Black Clover chapter 306, Boundary. I should call it Yuno Clover chapter 306.
Name, bro.
I know. You can't even say that, Clarify, because you were sleeping on Yuno. I remember a few discussions ago, we had to remind y'all that it's Yuno Clover. Because you thought this is the only power he was going to have before the arrow. No, I remember. I be editing the videos. I re-listen to what niggas be saying.
You're right. I got caught lacking.
I'm telling you.
The name of the show is.
Hey, bro, he turned that nigga Zeno into a hollow. We know it's not over, but that shit was cold.
Ooh, open his chest up, boy.
One shot straight through the soul. Just goddamn.
He hit this nigga so hard, he had a whole flashback. Got to remember his childhood friends and shit. Like, he was like, oh, I'm really about to die.
Right?
The biggest...
Imagine thinking you that powerful, and this nigga, you know, like, bro, I'm really you know.
That nigga said all it takes is 3 minutes, bro. I'm going to end this nigga's whole career.
Give me 3 up.
Just give me 3 minutes.
And that nigga was out here, you ain't going to even have 3 minutes. You ain't going to even... You know. Oh, hey, but y'all tripping. He definitely about to cop the power up because he's the Spade Kingdom's Yuno. That's what this background shit showed because look, I don't know if y'all peeped, but they literally stole this exact same thing from Yuno and Asta when Yuno was getting beat up by them thugs and they was trying to take his chain.
Oh, I did not.
Asta came through. And they look like Asta, they stole that shit like scene for scene. This nigga sitting there like, yo, you thought it, next chapter, I'm calling it. You thought it was Yuno Clover. It's really Zenon Clover, bro. I'm out here. Right? Coming back, bro.
It was a great matchup.
Bro.
For real.
Hey, I'm going to put one thing out there, bro. I think after this arc, bro, we need to go ahead and run the Diamond Kingdom's fade. I feel like they've been playing around too much, bro. Like, to get what they was doing in the Spade Kingdom too, I'm like, y'all been letting the Diamond Kingdom run free a long time. Like, this sounds like we need a coalition of niggas to just end this shit right now. They playing.
These niggas know what, like, cooperation is, I'd be like, yo, Spade, bro, Diamond Kingdom keep coming to y'all shit too. Look, we just gonna come together real quick, kill these niggas, and be done with it.
Right.
Like, bro, why is these niggas everywhere?
They must got an amazing defense. Like, they must got one nigga who could really defend their shit. My guess is maybe there's some type of shield we don't know about, but like their defense has got to be impeccable. Because I would think by the amount of kingdoms they fuck with, somebody would have just ran in their shit by now.
But that's just it. They already took care of that, bro. Don't forget, Diamond Kingdom already got straight slapped before the Spade Kingdom War even happened between Hart and whatchamacallit, Clover. That's why Hart reached out to Clover. They were like, bro, Diamond finally got jacked. We gonna need to team up on this ish.
I mean, about damn time, like, hear me out, bro. This is what I don't understand. And I get this is maybe me looking a little too deep, but it pisses me off when, like, these fantastical worlds just do not use realistic, like, things. Why are you invading other countries? They tell us that it's for resources. Okay, but there's a whole giant forest land full of demons and creatures and shit that you could be using your resources to take. And niggas say, well, but it's hard. Nigga, have you seen Julius Nova Chrono? Like, have you seen Yami? Have you seen them Spade niggas? Like, I think they harder than the forest, bro. Like, get in there, niggas. Bro, it don't make no sense to me. I'm like, y'all could cut out a chunk of that forest and just like, we gonna hold this down for resources. Niggas found a whole wind spirit in a random dungeon in that forest.
That's right.
You know what type of shit in that forest?
That's right.
You busy trying to fight niggas with devils and stuff. Stupid. Y'all ain't got nothing to y'all name but a couple of bum ass niggas with 2 magic types.
Hey.
This is not. Facts, though.
Hey, they might have the Earth Spirit. Don't sleep. Out of the Diamond King, somebody got that motherfucker.
It's gotta be somewhere.
Hey, they had the Flame Spirit.
Then what happened?
It got took because it found out real niggas exist. You know what Diamond King did? They must be coming, like, the spirits must be coming from the forest, and then Diamond King was like, yo, come over here, right? And then they showed them they strongest nigga. And they don't know about the world outside of the Diamond Kingdom.
And let's be fair. The wind spirit or the flame spirit only went with an elf hybrid or an elf reincarnated person. That's luck at that point. So really, they wasn't even gonna get that.
Damn. Well, R.I.P. R.I.P. I'm just saying that somebody need to go ahead. Well, you said their fate has already been ran, but maybe again because they play too much, bro. Diamond Kingdom was
they ran again.
Huh?
Definitely. I think they on the like every 10 years somebody should just run their fade.
Right.
And niggas get that built in. Like,
just a reminder. Yeah.
Sit them down.
Sit them down, bro.
Tell me you play too much without telling me you play too much. Hashtag the Diamond Kingdom,
bro.
Diamond Kingdom residency.
All right.
That nigga Zenon was like, that shit was so fast. I ain't even see it, bro. I just started. Imagine instantly going from talking shit to, damn, I'm in a dream sequence.
He got Doctor Strange. Like, you know when you pull up and boom out his body? That's what that shit did to him.
Bro, and see, bro, I want niggas to really look at this. This is a life lesson to me. I want you to look at this first page of this episode or this chapter. You see how my nigga Yuno looking at you.
Yep.
That right there is an example of real life. Stop playing with niggas. You do not know what people got on them. The wrong nigga. And the last thing you're gonna see is a nigga looking.
I got it on me.
And now you having a dream sequence.
Peekaboo.
I got it on me.
Yeah, you don't have it on them. Stop playing with people. If everybody just relax, we wouldn't have to go through this. And now look at Zenon, chest open, dreaming about his dead homies.
Chest open.
Crazy, man.
And the fact that like still did it with just him and Longris, not a captain nigga, actually a former fighter. He stole that nigga's role. Him and that nigga did it, bro.
He's not the strongest because I still don't think Zenon is stronger than Lilith and Nama fused.
Really?
He definitely
You talking about in this form?
But that was the
okay.
things in my opinion about this chapter, though. The simple fact that he actually got the clout from what's his face as far as double unions go. Don't forget. Because they pointed it out. They were like, hey, yo, bro, you do know that you actually can combine like via devil host better than your siblings. They actually, homie said that.
Oh,
But even still, the full power Zagrata's siblings, each of their individual power was still less than a supreme devil. And then you took 2 supreme devils and fused them, and then said their power wasn't added; it was like multiplied. So I'm like, at that point, them niggas were strong enough to take that country off the map, and Asta still bodied them niggas in like 30 seconds.
All right.
So I still gotta give it to my nigga Asta. Yuno comes in a solid number 2.
But see, that's where that's the question I wanted to propose to the whole squad then. Like, what do you think really is going to happen next? Because we all know the power-up is coming, right? And I'm pretty sure Yuno and Longris ain't going to take it at least solo dolo. So the question is either one, we're going to get another Yuno power-up, which honestly is like, I'm kind of leaning towards it because it is Yuno Clover. I'm still going to be surprised. But the question is that going to be enough? So I feel like we're going to have some more support. But I don't know who's going to do it.
Asta, them definitely coming. I think that's definitely going to happen.
You think so? I mean, that's what I was thinking. Because it's like Asta now has been a part of like almost every battle now. So that makes sense. But, I mean, I don't know.
We also haven't seen Zora do anything. I know it's a stretch to say he would do it in this arc. But we do have to, like, I feel like in this arc, we got to, you know, if Black Clover's here, you're going to see them do something, right? Magna's already done. Asta did some. Noel did some. Zora's the only one I know of besides Yami who's locked up that's here. And Luck did his shit too. So I'm like, I don't know. A Zora power-up may help here in some way. Or he may just be saving it to like...
Over there?
I don't know. Because I know Zora's going to show up in some way. Also Nero. That's another one. Because I thought I was going to see her power up with the Megacula battle. We didn't see her show up either. So those who are still lying in wait for something, my real guess is that they're probably going to be able to help free Yami and Vengeance because their powers just kind of feel like they play in that world. But a stretch could be that one of them show up here to help in some way. I don't see how.
Let's think. We still got the scientist buddy, who we already saw he had the power of Lucifero, the gravity god, or gravity devil. So there's at least that dude waiting. And he seemed pretty strong. And he had all the knowledge of the Heart Kingdom, so that nigga sound like a boss. We got this fourth sibling who, you know, might have Lucifuges, that one dude that was so strong that he bodied Not Cold Family. You know what I'm saying? So there go 2 like high tier niggas that's lying in wait. And then we got the whole tree of Cliff off that might still somehow be able to be opened with a couple more devils coming out. I think there's still enough people for us to see other people get their shine without having to jump in on Yuno fight.
That's true, but do you think he's not going to get help then?
Okay, so
he knew.
Yuno, I don't, you know, obviously they could stop, but I know Boreas is the name of a Greek god of wind. I don't remember all the names, but I know that there's like one for each direction, like which way the wind blows.
Sure.
The nigga dropped 3, which means he got one more power up in him if they just going off of continuing.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. Yeah.
He got at least one more direction in him. So that's one more power up coming off Yuno for sure. And then, and Zephyr, like I know Zephyr, that was the name of his sword. I know that's also one of the wind gods. I don't know the other 2 niggas' names, but that's 2 of them. I'm sure the third one probably won too. So Yuno got one more coming. Yeah. And we know Zenon probably about to get some shit up and come back super strong too, like Asta did. Let's see. I think Zenon gonna power up. Yuno gonna power up and mop that nigga again.
Yo.
If we get that, then I mean, yo, that's great for Yuno. That's all I'll say. One thing I did want to put out there as another potential like surprise ad is Fuego Leon. Like, and the only reason why I say that is just because dude's friend was a fire user. So I only feel like that from a writing standpoint, they may try to connect that in some way. The other part I would add on the fire user friend though is that Leopold, now's your time to lock yourself into a lane that's not gonna fuck you up, bro. I will steal this nigga's sword magic ASAP. Fire swords, take that shit, bro. Because even if it's not as dope as your brother and sister, it's cool enough that niggas will let you have a lane. You feel me? But if you keep doing firewalls and fire blast, bro, they gonna be like, nigga, Fuego Leon doing better, bro. Take this flame sword shit and run with it. That's what I would do.
I feel like, let's just be real, bro. Count your blessings. You gonna forever be Fuego Leon and Mary Leona little brother, bro. Like, your brothers and sisters were great.
True.
You ain't gonna beat them niggas. Just live rich, strong, and happy, bro. It's not for you. Get out of here, bro. Go back in the house. Do something like Damnatio. My man out here being a judge. Go do something like that, bro.
Right?
You're too rich for this. You don't gotta be struggling like Asta, bro. You rich. Go be happy.
I'm telling you.
Oh man.
Marry you a bad bitch. Be you already one of the top strongest niggas out here. Give it up.
Did we already ask the question of like how he would survive in Fire Force? Like if he stood a chance with Fire Force niggas?
We're not talking about
Leopold, yeah, Leopold specifically. I think we had a discussion about it. I don't remember.
There's no way he stands a chance in the Fire Force world.
At all?
Them niggas, that nigga, Shinra can move at the speed of light, like no cap, actual speed of light. You know
right, but that's fucking with the top tier niggas. I'm saying, could he land in a better spot in the Fire Force world than he can in his own world?
He can't hang with the with the 8th squad.
That boy got scale though.
More power with his new like pure magic thing. He might be able to put more raw power. But them niggas can tank fire. I think them niggas are fire.
And the biggest thing about Fire Force is that they can like actually fight, son. Like just about like every character, like as far as like you call either top 10, low key, maybe even top 20, they got hands. Like minus fire, period. So I don't
fire, they'll beat a nigga.
Right, and it's not they ain't about fire. So it's like, oh, you got fire moves. That's our base. Like the biggest thing he'd be able to do would be like that fire column. And like I don't see any top 10 Fire Force kids being dumb enough to get trapped in that sun.
Yeah.
So
I
it's
think
like
the top tier Fire Force niggas have to be able to put out a power comparable to a nuclear power plant. If you can kill a demon in Fire Force, you can output fire of a nuclear power plant easily. I don't think he's there. Like any of them niggas that can stop a demon probably could take a city down. And that nigga Leopold like, damn, I'm even weak in this world.
Right. So would you feel like Mary Leona and Fuego Leon would? I mean, obviously on a similar level, but still tough time.
No, tough time. I mean, I think they would be up there. I mean, both of them got like the force, and we already know they got the hands. Like especially Mary Leona. So like it's a completely different story.
I think them two niggas will be in the top 10 in the Fire Force world. Neither one of them will be number one. I don't think neither one of them make the top 5. Them top 5 niggas will probably drag Mary Leona. And I ain't really seen.
I don't drag. I don't know. I feel like drag might be a stretch, but I do hear you though. And then
so this goes. Because like Mary Leona's biggest move to take down that demon, I feel like that's the bare minimum power output you need to drop a demon in Fire Force. And we saw Benny Maru do that like, oh, let me drop this demon real quick. Mary Leona was like, damn, you
That's
back
fair.
up.
That's
like,
fair though.
Benny Maru would probably drag Mary Leona pretty easily. And I consider him number 2 or 1. You know what I'm saying? So like, it's not a far drop from top 5, but I think them top 5 niggas are so strong in that world that she would need a new set of powers to fight with them.
I can agree with that.
Okay.
And just to follow up on your win thing, I googled it in the background. I think you said it, but Notus, Notus, is the god of the south wind. So Boreas, we've seen already. That's the name of a move. It's Eurus is how it's spelled for the god of the southeast wind. But I'm assuming that's what that arrow was. They just spelled it differently. And then Zephyr is just spelled differently, but the west wind. So there's a bunch of other winds as well, like northeast, east, north. They have other names and some other directional winds. So we could see those probably as like maybe not as powerful, but like alternative moves down the line.
Kind of like Asta specific use sword moves, like this gets rid of this type of spell.
Right.
I can see that. Yeah, I don't really know all them different guys. I just remember Boreas and Zephyr.
Yeah.
So I'm sure he got at least one more. He might got a grip coming.
Yeah.
Maybe even combos. Like, what if that nigga put his axe on the arrow and shoot that bitch? Like, that'd be it.
Yeah. At the very least, we have the South wind left to see because all of the other winds, North, East, and West, have been named, like you said. So, yeah, and then potentially all these other extra winds they got if they're going with the other cardinal. Well, not cardinal, the other directions.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, it will be good to see. I mean, as soon as Magna beat Dante, I mean, he changed the whole game up as far as standards go. So F around. You never know.
Any nigga, Dante or Magna is another example, bro. Don't think it's sweet. Treat people right, because
He said, "Don't think it's
he was
sweet."
like, "Oh, this nigga ain't got no mana." He's like, "I got that shit on me."
Right.
Boy. Now he beat his ass. Now he getting a flashback. Moral of the story, kids: don't get put in a flashback thinking it's sweet.
Facts.
So my thing was with the whole devil joint. What happened? Did they just accidentally free like a lower class? I'm assuming lower class because Zeno beat it without really doing much. Devil.
Hey, this is the way I thought it.
Oh no, go ahead.
Oh no, you do your thing.
No, I mean and right now MGG just brought up something that was like just a low key thought that I'd even nurture and like think about. But how did they just randomly, accidentally free a demon? You know, I mean, like, it's a good point, right? I mean, like based on like the entire first half of the series, however you want to think about it, like the devil had like one was low key lucky and two pulled out like a master scheme to really get a revival that they just accidentally did. I mean,
See, the only reason why I go with that accidental thing as believable is because I felt like the Spade Kingdom was set up to be a third world country / hood. The way Zeno was telling this backstory of like, oh, we get attacked by the kingdom, the Diamond Kingdom every day. Like, we're war torn and going through some shit. So I feel like they just accidentally like bad shit. When you're already going through bad shit, it's not that hard for more bad shit to happen. You get what I'm saying? Where Clover Kingdom, clearly them niggas was drinking tea with the pinky out for a long time. So I feel like some shit is just. That's the nicer area, and then as you go towards the Spade Kingdom, plus I believe they already said that they fuck with devils a little bit more in the Spade Kingdom too. So they already was like halfway to depravity, if you want to put it there.
Alright. That's fair, I guess, but it's like, goddamn. It's like, damn.
The way I saw it was, I honestly think his brother set them niggas up.
Damn.
Obviously, we know that this is a low tier demon.
That's a good point.
It just died from getting holes in it, so super low tier. And then we know that this nigga, at the very least, is as capable as Zenon with the knowledge of being the older brother. And then that nigga literally came up to him and was like, "Hey, bro, I don't want to be a devil host." Next page, these niggas getting bodied by a devil.
That's true.
When we know like devils need a specific way to get here, and it's a low tier devil at that. I think he was like, "Oh, I'm gonna send this at this nigga. Fuck this nigga day up. He'll come back."
I buy that. I'm on board with that theory.
I can see that.
I think that's probably what happened.
And they hiding this nigga face, bro. I'm like, man, something up with this dude. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, he got his face hiding. He in a wheelchair, and I'm just gonna be honest. Japan does not do accessibility and conforming well. If I see a nigga in a wheelchair in American media, I don't think too much of it. We kind of being inclusive. In Japan, that's something to note. Why is this man in a wheelchair? You know,
failed experiment.
What's special about him?
But this brother is not Dante.
No.
Right.
Oh, okay, see, the whole time I was reading this, I was thinking it was Dante he was talking to. So this a whole nother brother.
Yeah, they showed Dante and Vonica. Basically, after Zenon got beat up, they literally called a nigga a loser.
Yeah. Okay, so that's a totally different old ass nigga.
Fourth brother.
And he's not dead.
That nigga could be. You know how manga is. He might be.
That's true. But didn't you say there was another brother with the Lucid Fusion stuff, or were you talking about Dante?
I was talking about him.
Oh, you were talking about him.
I think there's a fourth brother. Well, I don't think.
Oh, wait, there's another sibling? Wait. I mean, like, minus this brother, there's another one?
No, he's talking about this guy.
Oh, okay.
That's what I'm talking about, the guy in the wheelchair. Because he's calling him big brother. And then he's even saying like, hey, bro, you got greater aptitude than Vonica or Dante. So I'm assuming this must be their fourth sibling that we don't know nothing about.
Yeah.
He might be pulling the strings in the back because at first we thought it was Dante.
That's
realized
true.
Dante fucking
Goofy.
like,
Yeah.
then it's like, oh, maybe it's Zenon and he got the power, but now we realize he's like the youngest. He really the Yuno of the group. So I think there's this fourth nigga pulling all the strings. And then we know there's another supreme demon, Lucifuges, because we found about that through Noct. But who has that nigga? Where is he? You know what I'm saying?
That's
If
a
all
good
these
point.
supreme devils getting together with this big ass plot, where is the big daddy of them all? I'm guessing that this nigga is coming and he gonna have Lucifuges and he gonna have time power, and the only nigga that's gonna stop him gotta be Buddy, the Wither King, because I don't know how you beating a time magic nigga without time magic.
Do you think this nigga might be on some Orochimaru shit, the bigger brother, and trying to brain swap with Morris?
Whoa.
Like body swap that nigga. Like, cause I'm assuming like him being in a wheelchair. Well, I mean, if you have demon powers, it may not be that much of an inconvenience, but still probably an inconvenience in some way.
So I'm just sell my legs to a demon though. You feel me?
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Like, I feel like he could be on that, but then that would kind of undermine some of the things that's already been played. We saw in this chapter you can sell a whole body part and get it replaced by a demon body part. And it gives you a power boost. I've been like, hey, bro, Lucifuges, can you take my legs? Give you like demon legs. And with time power, you probably got like super speed or something. That'd be hard.
Okay.
I mean, that's just my guess, of course. None of that is confirmed. But these are the loose plot lines that I'm wondering if they're going to get wrapped up. And in my experience, this nigga Tabata really do be like dotting all his I's and crossing all his T's.
Right.
So far.
That's fair.
So far, true. You know how people get.
I mean, if we're being real, the one loose end that I still need at least touched on is Charm Me with the Dwarves, dude. I need to see my dwarves.
You think that's coming this arc though?
I mean, Charmy did not get a lot of highlight. Low key, I'm still waiting for her, like as far as like big point in these battles. Also, they really touched on real quick at the very start when she showed up and they did the whole like her and a bunch of people did the what spell was that? Like they're grand, not grand. I can't remember the word. But anyway, she like rolled up like Sagan.
The true magic shit? Like,
yeah, something like that. Like her and like 5 or 6 others just let like a big spell out to like pretty much mass wipe. But in any case, like that's all we've seen of her. And it's just like, nah, I need some more of my Charmy, bro.
Right.
So, but in any case, my point is just that they never really touched on as far as the source of the dwarves. Are there any other dwarves, etc.? When elves were pretty much extinct, now they back. I want to see my dwarves. But anyways.
You know, one issue I'm having with Black Clover is like their power-up conventions are kind of getting stale. And I could see that if it continues much longer, they would have to revamp stuff. Because most people power-ups are coming in the form of some type of armor. Then the people who aren't, we got a whole swath of people that got true magic with the runes. Then they went to the elves and upgraded that to ultimate magic. And I'm just like, bro, like, at least name them something different, you know, or at least explain to us what's the difference between true magic and ultimate magic. I don't know.
Right. Yeah, I agree with you. I do think it's a little tricky. The reason why I feel like they're able to skirt it a little bit is the variety of races. And like I said, what I love about Black Clover, that 3-tier kind of system. You got niggas like Asta in their own devil sort of like progression. You got niggas like Magna who's like, I can use magic, but to get powerful, I have to do this other way. And then you have like the royal niggas power development, which is a lot of that true magic, other bullshit type of stuff. So I feel like they mix it up by like the showcasing like a different character type and then like making you forget about that other shit. Like that last chapter is really focused on like what royal niggas can do. Yuno's technically still a royal nigga. Oh, that's the other side I want to talk about. So I'll dead what I was talking about now to talk about this other stuff. That concept that I feel like they're definitely going to abuse in the last chapter about like who could survive in Xeno's like world or mana zone for more or less. Like niggas loved by mana, spatial mages, and I believe there was one other thing.
Only spatial mages who can do
Mana Zone.
Mana Zone.
Yeah, and then I thought there was another group, but either or, it just like, I feel like they're gonna use that love by mana thing, like heavy to skirt around some bullshit powers in the future. But
Bro, I'm waiting for Yuno to drop the biggest of them all. Like, yo, I still got that elf shit in me. The elf shit start reappearing, it's over with. That'll be the power up niggas been waiting for. Because that's what I've been sitting there. I'm like, bro, doing all this just But what niggas don't know, he really got a whole elf spirit in him.
that's true.
When that motherfucker come out, it's gonna come out.
That's fair. No, I agree. How did y'all? And I'm calling back to 2 chapters ago now. How did y'all feel about the mimosa power up? Because I think we never talked about it, and I was interested.
Before we ended, it was here, but no, I thought Mimosa was a real one for that. Like she pretty much just became, at least in my opinion, like the strongest health and support mage that we've seen so far now. Because that's pretty much broken. Like she pretty much brought him back from the dead, more or less.
I mean,
Gucci.
I wouldn't say it's more broken than real. I just think that we aren't as surprised by real because that nigga captain. Real made a whole space where you can't die in. That's
as we've seen. That's what I'm trying. Like, I'm not saying it's not broken. I'm just saying, like, pretty much he's the mimosa for the battlefield. But mimosa is pretty much like, bro, y'all could do whatever you want. As soon as you done, you gonna be Gucci.
Yeah. The mimosa real combo is so strong that I would restructure my entire military operation. I would be like, yo, fuck what teams y'all was on. I'm merging these niggas, and this is the support squad. Like, they will keep any nigga alive
Themselves.
Like, that combo is sick, but I respect it. I know I talked to some people that felt like it was like an ass pull.
It felt cheap.
Most of royalty. She been training. She been in the background of every training that that what's her name was on. Noelle. And the difference is she don't have the handicap of not being good at mana control. She's literally been Noelle before Noelle. But she's not a fighter, she's a healer. So I'm like,
exactly. Right. So I keep
before Noelle.
No, I definitely saw both sides. It was like, ooh, that's mad broken to just pull out at the end. But because it was Mimosa, I simply let it go.
And she best girl, so I can't be mad.
Real talk.
Oh, I see. We got some Mimosa fanboys on here.
I hope we don't got no Noelle fanboys in here.
Oh, but right here, D.
Mimosa sister jump.
No, I'm sister actually. I'm actually sister.
Your favorite character is Sakura. If you like Noelle, I'm just saying.
Hey, what's wrong with Sakura?
Oh, here we go again.
All right, y'all. I'll see y'all.
But anyways, I agree with y'all on that. Like, but when I first read it, I was like, this feels a little ass pulley. But I was just like, it is in Mimosa's character, so I can see it. It just the timing of it felt really like cop outy, in my opinion. Because Nock definitely came up in that bitch, and that's what I appreciate Nock's commentary so much in these chapters, bro. Nock came up in that bitch like that's what's supposed to happen. Like y'all lucky that like the fact that y'all beat this nigga is amazing. So y'all should just be okay with whoever died because of it. Y'all should not have won that battle at all. Nock is just a dick in this comment. He's so real with it. He's just like, yeah, bro. Like I don't know why y'all tripping over niggas dying, bro. Like. We are in war, right? Like you get that part, right?
I feel like my nigga Nock cannot be the new captain of the Black Bulls because this gonna push past your limits. We can't lose here to be like, yeah, y'all niggas trash. We about to die.
Right? Big facts.
That would be it. People would start dropping.
There's no motivational stories coming from his team for a power up. Nock's team members is like the motivational thing is I want to kill that nigga Nock. Everyone in his group is like, I'm just trying to kill this nigga, bro. Like that's how I got stronger.
Nock's catchphrase just be like, "You want to die? you about to pull something out or we dead?"
Oh shit!
It works for who he's going against and his own homies. That's why it's perfect. Just
I'm
you
telling you.
question mark. It's like I mean, I'm gonna body you, but do you want to die? To the homies, bro, we about to die. Do you want to die? It's like,
Right, and he didn't push past his limits at all in this battle so far, right?
No. It was.
That's funny, bro.
And they said, I bet I'm about to get bodied. That was all I had.
The moment he did his move, he was like, "Yep, looks like
That's
I
it.
die here." Push past the limit, nigga.
That surprise too. Like he's like of a realist. Like he'll give everything he has, and if it don't work, it don't work. Like that's it. That's all,
bro.
Yeah, I hope he don't ever in this series ever push past his limits until like the day he died, where that nigga like, no, today's the day. I'm pushing past my limits and just go crazy. Do a 4-man fucking devil union and go crazy,
Bro.
Series finale.
Oh man, I can't nominate him for MVP, but we might have to create like a dopest character. I don't know, some award for that nigga. Nah, he deserves some.
Kakashi, bro. Because
Right.
you know, we all want to admit it. Kakashi wasn't the strongest, but he was definitely the coolest character.
That boy was
every
scrappy.
good anime got a Kakashi.
Oh yeah. See, Kakashi was scrappy. That's what I appreciated about him. It was like you knew what his tool belt was. The question was just how is he going to use it to win if he could. Like it wasn't no new moves for Kakashi until the end where they try to level the playing field. It was just like I got this I got some ninja techniques. We gonna figure this out until we get to where we need to be.
That's
They're
true.
my favorite types of characters.
Yeah.
That's why I'm liking my boy Magna with that soul chain. I ain't got shit for you but this soul chain, bro. That shit. The funniest part is that shit wouldn't do nothing against a nigga like Veto. Oof,
Oh yeah, because he would. Okay. I'm telling you, bro.
I get to fight a nigga equal to me. Let's go.
I can't wait, man. I hope that Yami's place or wherever we go that's outside of the Four Kingdoms, there's just a place with niggas that's just like, yeah, we're going to teach you guys how to fight with hands now.
Bro.
Like, I don't know if Marileona accidentally stepped in that world, and that's where her like magic thing comboed with. But like, we got to find out where that area is. Because one is gonna be an amazing arc, because they're gonna come up there and try to like run the favor with these niggas, and these niggas is just gonna drop them with pure hands. Like, I'm gonna find that hilarious.
It's
And then to learn those skills.
Yeah, because if Yami this cold and this nigga ain't been there since he was a teenager, come on, bro. You know it's a nigga out there like I've been training with this sword all my life. Like, and the nigga dead. You know what I'm saying? There's somebody out there.
See, and the thing I like about Yami is like, it's like watching a main character after their main story is over with. Because this nigga Yami's still growing, but he's not the central character. So it's like you still see him doing main character as shit, but you know the story's not about him. It's like watching Boruto, but like Naruto's journey wasn't finished yet, and you still seeing Naruto do shit. But that's not how Boruto goes, so don't watch the show. That wasn't a pitch for Boruto. That's how Boruto could have went, but didn't go.
Whoop whoop.
Yeah. You know, I saw a theory out there, and I want to propose it to y'all. See how you do it. I can't remember the nigga name. I can't shout him out, but YouTuber, bro. He came up with the theory, and where he was saying that he thinks that the fourth brother there, what's that man's name? I don't even know his name. He ain't got no name.
Yeah, they ain't dropping name.
Brother could be possibly the Wizard King, and he pulling a Aizen. A long game 4D chess type joint. Because we know Lucifuges has time magic. The only other nigga we ever seen with time magic is Julius. Julius got the little tattoo there that could be like a devil symbol. And then also remember that same thing I brought up a while ago. Why did Julius get bodied by Patrick? That doesn't make any sense unless that nigga was like, I want to see what happened. Like that's the only reason that makes any sense. And I had some people argue like, oh, well, he had to stop this thing. We've just seen the scaling. If he is supposed to be stronger than all his captains, it just doesn't make any sense.
Right.
Even if he wasn't trying to like kill that nigga, it don't make no sense.
So the theory is that the big brother is actually Julius caping as somebody?
And he been Aizen lone gaming this shit. Because think about Julius brought in Yami and William Vangeance. the two niggas we need onto his group. They were a part of his team. He recruited them niggas.
Yeah.
And then promoted them niggas to captains. And then also that nigga got bodied by Patrick for no fucking reason.
True.
Other than like, let's see what happens. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And he also got time magic. And we don't see this nigga face. What's the reason to hide his face? Maybe it's
somebody we know. Huh. If that happens,
What about
Black
Witcher?
Clover is definitely playing a different game. That's all I'll say. Like that's some shit. I'm like, yo, all right.
No. It's I see it, but I still feel it's I feel like it's a stretch. I mean, to bring up a point that you already did. What about the wheelchair then? I mean, it's not like Nova Chrono ever really needed that, and
that
plus,
nigga do wear a skirt everywhere. He could have demon legs under there. Just
I'm good.
and then the next thing would simply be, I think that plot point would be so big that I still think it would be early in the series to pull that out.
If it's going One Piece long, if it's going regular series long, I think it's fine. But One Piece long, yeah, maybe.
Because if they
my man said he wanted to do One Piece.
like, wait, what?
No, he was saying that it's gonna be One Piece long. He said he want to be One Piece long. That don't mean nobody gonna green light you for One Piece long.
Facts. But I don't know, because I feel like when that happens, because there was, oh man, how to describe it? It's like I feel like the Clover Kingdom itself would be hit with such an impact of like their Wizard King being like the big bad that they wouldn't really be able to recover from that, at least properly, in the sense of like it would just introduce so many new elements that low key would support the plot continuing afterwards, because it just opens up the door so hard, but at the same time it opens up the door so effing hard that it's like you could use it as a continuation or as a finisher, and I feel like something like that would be more for a finisher. Granted, that's just my opinion.
It would definitely flip the story on his head. I agree with you.
So it's like it would just be so huge that for them to bust that out now, I'd be like, wow, that's a very interesting way to go about it, and it'd be exciting simply because of just how big it would be. So I don't know. I mean, I guess I could see either way, but I'd be surprised.
I don't think so. I personally don't think that's going to be the case. I just thought it was an interesting enough theory that warranted sharing. I don't think it's going to be the case.
For sure.
But,
Yeah, no. I mean, that's crazy. That's all I'll say. Like, I'm interested to see how it plays out. But yeah, like we've all said, it'd be a big twist, and it just seems like oddly placed if that was the route that they were going with. But who knows? Shit, I've been wrong before with Black Clover. So
one thing that does actually just come to mind though is that one thing. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but something I noticed way back when was that Nova Chrono was the first person in the series to actually catch bodies. Am I wrong to think that? Because way back when they first like kind of like showed like how boss Nova Chrono was, and he went into like a dungeon where they were first
the Eye of the Midnight or some shit.
Like homie just rolled up, time blasted 2 kids, and them kids were done. Like they were just gone, and I was like, oh snap. They were straight like just bodied. That was the first time in the series I was like, someone just really did die. And when like thinking back on that, I don't think anyone's really died by someone's hands since then, right? Or am I wrong? That's what I was trying to remember. That's actually dying.
Non-named people have definitely been murdered in backgrounds. Like when we first see Zenon, he literally just killed an entire diamond unit with the spike in somebody's back at the moment.
What about Zora? Didn't Zora do that?
Oh,
didn't Zora do that as well? Like when he got introduced, I thought he trapped some.
No,
he didn't kill those.
That was KO.
If he didn't kill that, he went to jail, bro.
Oh. What do you have?
All right, so I was wrong about the catching bodies. That's a good point. But I don't know. I mean, it was interesting for the simple fact that it's like, he was the top, and it made sense as far as like making Black Clover a little real. But at the same time, it's not like they were catching bodies like, every other chapter. So to me, it was actually pretty impactful. So like to me, that would also be like, okay, he's like, you know, he resides on like both ends of the spectrum as far as like super chill, super happy, super go lucky. But it's like when push comes to shove, you know, when I need to get business done, bodies are gonna get caught. Like there's gonna be no hesitation. So it was like, all right, is that an attribute just of the Wizard King, or are they trying to hint, you know, homie maybe got like a touches of evil, touches of bad here that we're gonna be playing on later. So I don't know. That still be a far stretch though, but that does come to mind when I'm thinking about it now.
Yeah. Yami killed Veto, I think.
Oh no!
Oh yeah, he killed that.
Wait, Veto done? No, he's not.
From what
Right.
Yeah, from what I'm seeing, like that nigga got murdered.
Yeah, in a way, but it's like as far as series is concerned, you know, like if we going back in time, like FT like Lasana, like did Lasana die? You know, I don't know. But
I'm just saying, bro, if a nigga kill me and I come back younger, I still feel like they killed me.
Right?
You know what I'm saying? I still got beef with you. Yeah. Because your intent wasn't to revive me, bro.
At all.
That's true.
Laid him down. All right. Anything else on Black Clover as a whole series?
No, just get ready for another chapter. Yuno Clover next chapter, I guess.
Yeah, right.
We got his devil's name for the first time, if that matters. Beelzebub. They never said that before.
Classic demon devil name,
yeah. And the weirdest thing is I think there's not a demon named Lucifero, is there? Like I thought those were all like made up names of Beelzebub.
Oh, that's a good point.
A real world name, ain't it?
At least not that I know.
Megan Cula's made up as well?
I didn't know if it was real world. I ain't never heard of it. Like I'm not into demonology. But I heard
this man's in demonology.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it be some niggas out there that's their thing. I ain't fucking nobody's yum. It just ain't my thing. I've heard of Beelzebub, never heard of them other niggas.
Yeah, I mean it's a good point though. I mean, unless they're trying to emphasize the point that the demon's low key stronger because it's actually based on like real ish.
Could be.
But yeah, I just tried to quick Google search it, but it's all been Black Clover as far as Magic and Lucifero. So
I'm not getting anything.
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm curious on what attributes are gonna try and attest to Beelzebub, though. I guess as far as like, I mean, his is bone magic. Did we find out what his demon was responsible for?
Space, or my
space.
Yep, the top 3 demons. They had said during Knox like little background, the top 3 demons are space, time, and gravity. And we know
Dante got gravity.
Is Dante.
Yeah, Dante had gravity.
When Zenon took Yami, he used space magic to teleport in. So we had known he had space magic for a minute. And then the last time one has to be that last nigga. And yeah.
Okay. All right, well, we already know what he's gonna do. We're just gonna see how he whoops niggas' asses with it, I guess. But yeah, that's it for Black Clover and I guess chapter reviews. Unless you guys have anything else you want to put some light respect on before we get out of here.
It ain't a chapter, but you know I gotta put some respect on Tokyo Revengers, bro.
Oh, what they doing now in Tokyo?
It's episode, bro. God damn.
He's a division cap, bro.
Oh, he finally got to that? He finally got the title?
Yeah.
With none of the skills, bro. Everybody in this squad stronger than his ass type shit, bro.
That nigga came off pure heart, bro.
He sure did.
If I was there, because everybody saw that nigga still fighting while they was on the ground talking about, we lost. Takemichi came and fight. I'm like, bro, if any nigga was like, bro, fuck that nigga Takemichi, I'll just be like, look, that nigga got more heart than you. You ain't gonna tell him to his face. And you ain't gonna whoop his ass because
that's the thing. The Takemichi basically got that king ability where he can summon strong niggas to defend on his behalf. So if you run up on Takemichi, you're gonna have to fight Hino, you're gonna have to fight Mikey, you're gonna have to fight Draken, you're gonna have to fight his second in command, you're gonna have to fight a lot of niggas before you get to Takemichi.
Exactly.
Bro, it's the thing, like Takemichi had to win one fight when he choked Buddy out in front of Draken. That's a little fight. Now you good with Draken. You say that in your life. You're honestly good for the rest of your life, bro. For the rest of his life, he owe you a life debt. That's the only nigga you have to beat up. After that,
hey,
fuck it. You don't need no more hands.
Yeah, that was a great moment though. Reading that in the manga when he got the Vision Captain, I was like, oh, okay. I know you're still not strong, but it was good to see the heart be respected.
I
Of
didn't
like,
see it
okay,
coming at all. They was like, we got one more announcement. I'm like, dang, they about to bring the new nigga. Oh, we need the new captain. I was like, they is not about to make this nigga from Valhalla first division captain. That's gonna start some shit.
yeah.
Then they was like, Takamichi. I'm like, yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Nigga, bro, hey.
And he showed some development. He's stronger. At this point, he can probably take out a basic nigga 1v1.
He could block his homies. That's it. I'll put him on that.
You know,
Him and his homies now, they went from even to like, I could beat y'all niggas up.
Right.
I don't think that nigga beat nobody else up, bro. I mean,
do you think he could last longer against the first big bad, the nigga who kicked him in the chest?
I think he'd last longer. I think he'd have to take him out the exact same way though. You get what I'm saying? Like he's still not knocking that nigga out.
Yeah.
Pretty
He
much.
might still
Fair.
Pretty much.
Fair.
But no, homie's tough though. I mean, yeah, gotta give him the heart. Like he can take
That nigga
blows.
got
We've been
showman
seeing
heart,
that.
bro.
I love to see it. I just like seeing the development of the characters, especially like seeing this from Takamichi's perspective just puts a whole new flavor on the delinquent genre because you're always watching it from like the strongest nigga, like the Mikey perspective.
That's always
So
how they do it.
yeah, so you're just gonna see Mikey win. He might sort of take an L, but you know he's gonna win at the end. But to see it from like a random nigga with heart in the crew, it's just crazy.
You just watching like, yo,
Yeah.
they really boxing. Like,
Right.
Go hit something.
And that'd be the funniest part because they all like every time he's going back, he has like a crucial role to play in the plan, right? Like he usually has something that if he was a strong nigga, he could have like handled it. Like, oh, somebody's trying to kill Draken. Like, if you a strong nigga, he could just handle that without even like Draken even knowing this nigga was trying to kill him. But because he's weak, he still needs help to get to that point. Like even this Baji stuff, it was like, yo, I can't fight all these niggas to get to where Mikey's at. You feel what I'm saying?
The biggest problem, like Kisaki Teta, he could probably convince Draken to get on his side, fold this nigga, and maybe a couple more niggas like, hey, bro, let's go jump this nigga Kisaki at the end of the day.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, bro, he might actually still knock y'all niggas out. You feel me? You can't just be like, hey, yo, hey, Kisaki, come check it out real quick.
Right.
Go handle this nigga in the alley. Like, nah, you
No,
gotta
sir.
devise a scheme to get other niggas to jump this nigga.
Because he gonna have some shit ready.
Oh,
Teta don't play that.
You right, that nigga Kisaki,
he's,
bro.
I mean,
Did y'all get his backstory yet or no?
No,
I mean,
we ain't get to
the
the
episode was him about to pull the trigger on Takamichi after he already blew out Chifuyu.
I think you're gonna be more mad when you find this nigga's origin story
Don't tell
clarified.
me if he come from money, I'm gonna be hot. If
He
this
does
is
not-
not from a good life, I'm gonna be hot.
No, it's not that.
Okay,
It's
he
not
better
that.
be having fucked up
I would
reason for
doubt
being
that.
fucked up.
I wouldn't say he's fucked up either, but like I said, you don't be mad about it. I think you'll be mad about it.
The thing I'll say about Kisaki though is that we got to give him big ups on the schemes. Like so far, he's getting up there as far as like being one of the master schemers as far as like anime goes. Because like no matter what Takamichi does, as soon as one plan is done, Teta still got another plan for the same end result. It's like,
Mikey and
damn.
Draken for that. Them niggas don't go to school, bro.
Yeah.
Them niggas stupid. Cause Kisaki,
And I feel like that's what it is. I'm glad you said
That's a good point.
I mean, there's layers to it for sure. I'm trying not to spoil. There's definitely layers to it, and his smartness is like it's not unwarranted. But I also feel like when you learn about who Kisaki is, it's like okay, these niggas like Player 5 said, don't go to school. And like this nigga does, for lack of a better word. Like there's certain things that they just walked into. Like this nigga didn't really have to plan for it. He's like, oh, they just angry bum niggas. Like if you say this thing about them, they're probably gonna react.
Bro, that's the thing. I was watching that, and that's the exact thought I got from it. I was like, Takamichi is dumb, and all the niggas he hang out with some dumbass, I don't go to school ass niggas.
Right.
I'm like, boy, you can't give me this power. I'll flip that shit. I'm like, these niggas are a bunch of dumbass delinquent niggas. Like, they really getting played by a nigga that was like, hey, that nigga called you a bitch.
Right. And I'm like, even the lack of information, because even as they do the time jumps to the future, like if you're thinking about like a race, for example, like niggas was using news articles, you know what I'm saying? They were using worldly information outside of just the direct connection to the one nigga to find out about the past. Yeah, he literally just come back is like, all right, I met one new nigga. Like they use it as a ploy to like introduce whoever the new set of characters they're gonna introduce when you go to the past. Right. But also, it's like, okay, so I meet these new niggas I never met before. I talk to the cop guy. He's like, hey, bro, you probably have to stop this one thing from happening. But it's like, you definitely could be, I'm sure there's niggas in that gang or outside of the gang that were there long enough that you could just go talk to this nigga instead of, he always goes to like the hardest niggas to like have a conversation for some reason. It's like, bro, you couldn't have found the other friend that's like a construction worker now and just been like, hey, bro, what happened back then? And he be like, yeah, this shit happened. All right, bet. Thanks for not beating my ass. I'm going to go back to the past now.
This nigga Takamichi he should move to a different town. He's not built for this. Because like, I'm like, this thing shouldn't be a thing. If I'd have came back and I'm like, dang, boy, I'm balling now. I got to be a little penthouse. And they like, oh, Chisaki's still here. And he's like, oh, we talking about Judas's. Can I talk to you solo? I'd be like, all right, bro. Bring my strap, nigga, because I'm about to blow this nigga top off. And we'd have got back and he'd be like, oh, yeah, let's have a drink. I killed that nigga Chisaki. We can either disband the gang or keep it moving. What
was the last future jump he did so far?
He didn't. His last thing he did was get this bullshit going on.
So he hasn't gone back to the future yet since the Akun stuff?
No, what happened was he's back in the future now. Like, so he became the first division captain. Yeah. Then he went back to the future, and in the future he was like a big in Tobon. And then he was like, hey, bro, some niggas hit our shit. That means somebody snitching. And then Kisaki was like, hey, bro.
Okay. So that happened. Okay. I just want to make sure that happened.
So freaking out, bro. Yeah. That's universal little nigga language. Like, bro, that's not going. I'll get the gun. We gonna beat this. I'm like, my life good now, bro. I'm balling. I'm not going back in time. I'm good. If she's still dead, I can't do nothing about that. I'm shooting y'all niggas and living good life. That's I'd have shot shit up and like, fuck it, liquidated all my assets and moved to a different country.
Hey, Kisaki a different breed. Like I'm mad they made him a little brown skin because I was like, you know, now he got to be associated with us, and I hate the nigga, but you know,
bit, bro, like, right? My grandma was black.
Yep. But hey, bro. Yeah, I'm. Hey, so is it not seasonal right now?
Yeah, I think that was the end of the season. That's why I said I might have to pick up a manga because we left off on a cliffhanger.
That was huge. Yeah. And I mean, she was living off the trigger. I mean, like, wow.
Welcome. You won't miss much. I would say that. I think watching the anime is probably still dope because like the action scenes are probably done a little bit better. But I didn't miss much.
No, reading the manga. The action scenes not that great. They really just be like, bam, that nigga sleep. Mikey fight scenes are really just like, yo, he kicked that nigga once and he did.
Right?
You know what I'm saying?
I still just can't get that out of my head. This kid lifted his entire leg with a full body on it and was able to still exert the same force to KO. Well, not KO, but it's like, how? How are you that strong to still drop a high kick with a full body on your leg?
That's what I said. I mean, we all know those kids. I keep bringing it back to that, bro. Mikey was that kid. There was all these kids that we play with, and then you always, there was every once in a while you play with this one kid where like he got hit with some shit or some shit happened to him that you were like, if that was me, I would be on the floor crying, and that nigga would just bounce back like, that's Mikey.
Or that one kid that like, bro, we all like 12 and this nigga got like a 6-pack. Like, what?
Right.
That nigga Mikey just like, bro, you got grown man strength as a child. That's weird.
I'm telling you, that nigga don't have a home. Where does he go? That's the question I should be asking. Now that you know about his brother, like, where does this nigga go? He doesn't have parents.
Once I found out my nigga Draken was living with the hoes, bro.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. They got to that part too.
These niggas could be doing. They truly delinquents, bro.
Oh yeah. I was like, and that's what they really be trying to tell, like Takamichi on the low. They smoking cigarettes like Takamichi, like you're not built for this, bro. Like this life isn't for you. We try to leave you out the gang shit, but you You want to be a part of us, nigga. Like, I live with prostitutes, bro.
Takamichi, bro,
This shit ain't
your
fun.
family love you, boy.
Right, you got both parents, my nigga. Like,
Remember when they was destroying all the Takamichi shit when Draken and Mikey was fighting?
Oh, facts.
I'm like, they didn't even understand because, like, bro, we don't get shit from our family. Nigga.
right.
You got positive memories, nigga. Go home.
Like, you're not supposed to be out here, bro.
That's real.
But
Yeah,
yeah,
you go hard for the game.
big facts. But all right, we will wrap it up here. Unless everybody got anything else to bring up, I think we could close it out.
Start reading MASH, Magic and Muscles, if you haven't.
Big facts.
Still good. Plot's still actually becoming very interesting. So, I mean, if it wasn't already interesting before. So that's mad decent. And then R.I.P. Candy Flurry. I had some hopes for you, but oh well.
Yeah.
That's all.
All right.
I'm still asleep. Sleepy, buddy.
All
I might wait
right,
till
Joe.
we get an anime.
Oh, apparently we did get some like comments. I'm not going to read all of them, but apparently Lucifero is an Italian way of saying Lucifer.
Oh,
Someone just tossed that
obvious.
out there.
I don't know how I did not get that one. All right.
I mean, I didn't know shit.
That's
I
logic.
figured they spelled that shit the same way. Shit.
Damn. That's mad logic. How did?
Right.
Wow. How did I not put that one together? Okay.
So
Yeah.
what about Lucifer Fuges?
I don't know.
Oh.
Shout out you to Lee Smith though. Thanks.
Ridiculous. Where that
Yeah.
nigga come from?
Sorry we got to the comments late, Salik Smith, but hopefully you pop up and drop that knowledge the next time. 'Cause I missed that. But all right. Catch y'all later. See you on the next one.
Until next time.